What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be doing gameplay with the brand new 100 overall CJ McCollum, mainly because he's the only other card from this set that I could get my hands on. I bought him for 100,000 MT. I was just kind of like, screw it. It's probably too much MT to pay for a 6 3-point guard at this point in the year, but I wanted to get a gameplay on the card, and I don't currently have access to Terrence Ross or Jaylen Brown, and neither of them are buyouts. They're both very expensive. CJ McCollum is a buyout, so we picked him up to try him out. He does actually look very, very solid. Looks like fun. I'll probably resell him though, to be honest, because I don't think I'm going to keep this card. But I know there are Blazers fans out there that are interested in this card, and people who want to use him and think he'll be fun. And I honestly get it. He'll wind up being a buyout, I would assume, and he looks like a pretty solid point guard. He's just small. So that being said, I'm sure there's a Lehigh fan out there, a CJ McCollum fan, who's going to be excited about this card. So before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. Multiple videos a day. Would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, CJ McCollum, 6'3", 99 offense, 99 defense, 99 stats, pretty much across the board. Couple 97s, but that doesn't really change anything. Badge wise, you got 31 Hoffs and 0 gold badges. Rise Up, Box Obbies, Brick Wall, Paint Patroller would be the 4 that I would personally look to add. The rest of them do not really matter for him at all, but I would look to add those 3 if you could. Now, that being said, movement wise, I mean, he has Kimba Escape, or sorry, he's got his size up isn't spectacular, but he's got Trey behind the back. He's got Kimba Escape, which isn't bad. He's got Garland dribble style, and the size up, I mean, it's like, I think it's Steph's or something. It's not that great, but it's not horrible. And I mean, jump shot wise, it's pretty fast, pretty good. I don't know exactly what shot he has. He has Oscar upper, but I forget what the base is. I can pull it up on 2KDB right now though, so they'll tell me. Dinwiddie base Oscar upper. That's pretty smooth, honestly. I kind of like this jumper. It's not, and he's got his own size up, so the SIGs aren't spectacularly perfect, but they're good enough. You know what I mean? He's got a good drag back. He's got Shea cross as well, which isn't as good as like a De'Aaron Fox cross, but it is probably like a top 3 or so crossover in my team still. The jumper is really fast. He's got Pro 2. Oscar upper Pro 2 is not bad. I mean, hey, he's got enough movement to be solid. He's got a good jumper. He's got pretty much great SIGs across the board. Like, this card will absolutely get the job done. There's nothing that I see really liability-wise about this card besides the fact that he's 6'3". That being said, is he a fun card you can definitely have some fun with if you're a big CJ McCollum fan? Absolutely. Not a bad card. His first, like, actually decent card in a while in my team, too, which is always a W. So, let's hop into a game. Let's see what 3J can do. All right, we're going up against Trey as the GOAT, and Trey's got a pretty goated team. LaMelo, Dr. J, Sean Kemp, Ralph Sampson, and Nate Thurmond, who isn't quite as good, but the rest of the cards on this squad are very good. CJ McCollum should be able, I would think, to be good enough to get the win here, though. I would hope anyway. We'll have to wait and see. I do think matchup-wise, LaMelo's a tough one, right? Like, size-wise, this isn't an easy matchup, but CJ has enough movement, at least offensively, to where I feel pretty confident he can be capable offensively. Defensively, we'll see how it goes. It is the honest truth. Like, we'll see what happens. But we're gonna give him a chance. We're gonna see. He might just get shot over. He might just get ran past. Okay, he's gonna get ran past, and he looks small. He does. First possession, he gets run right around by LaMelo Ball. Didn't even really put up a very competitive attempt at really getting a stop there, but drag back, kick it out to, whoa, my goodness. Thankfully, we retained possession of the ball. CJ's feeling very small so far. That's a good mid-range pull-up, though. Should be green. It is. We get him on the board. Good. Let's get comfortable. And we got the SIGs to be able to create enough space to run good offense, I think. The question is, can we play any sort of defense at all? He kind of stayed in front there, I guess. I mean, you know what? That's pretty good. That was about as good as you're probably going to get out of CJ McCollum defensively, I think. Try to contest. It's tough. Tough to contest these absolute god tier cards for sure. This dude's got a good squad, and we do too, obviously, but CJ does feel a little bit outmatched so far, I would say. The Shea cross right there, getting downhill, but we're forced to kick it out. Wemby should dunk this or lay it. Okay, cool. He had Ralph behind him. He just didn't feel like dunking it, I guess, so more power to him. And he's stuck. This card feels really small defensively. We're playing against a pretty good player, and CJ McCollum looks, it feels like we have 9 cards on the court that are like high level, good, really good cards, and then CJ McCollum almost feels like he's a little out of place so far, at least defensively. Offensively, that's a nice standing dunk right there. He's got 4 points. We're gonna see if he can at least kind of compete defensively. There we go. We got through the screen and we got a steal. Perfect. Wow, we actually stayed between him and the basket, got the steal, and that'll work. Come middle, shot. I think that's green. It's not. It was open too. It should have been green. Dang it. That's annoying because that's on me. That is totally on me. Like when you get that type of opportunity, you gotta take advantage of it. And we unfortunately did not. Try to play pretty good defense on Dr. J though. That was well defended, honestly. Said he's out in transition. Pass fake here. Somebody's got a. Okay, CJ's not open at all, so we're just going to reset the offense. Behind the back, Garland, downhill drive. I'll just take my dunk with Pettit. He's going to try to switch it, but he's way, way behind me. So we just take the dunk there, and you know what? That wound up working out. We got ourselves another bucket, so could be worse. We're only down 1 so far. CJ's got 4 points. Defensively, he's trying his best. Good D, CJ. It's going to relieve to a wide open 3. I mean, come on. Thank you. But at least he played some defense. I gotta say, he's at least fight. He's had a couple possessions where he's at least like the ideas there defensively. That is a killer though. That was a bad shot probably, but he got such a massive slowdown to his jumper. I had no chance of making it anyway. That's difficult. He dotted me. Oh my goodness, what a pass! And he misses again, thankfully. I'm really trying to get CJ some buckets, man. I promise y'all I'm doing the best I can. It's tough. We're doing our best though. He's got 4 points. He's at least kind of been able to be pretty competitive for the most part so far on the defensive end, at least a couple possessions. So it hasn't been complete liability, and that's probably good enough. I mean, if you use this card and you match up against somebody who's kind of sweaty, you kind of just have to understand that that's just the probably had the shot there. That's my bad. You kind of just have to understand that he's going to be a bit of a liability matchup wise in a lot of some matchups. So that being said, offensively, he can at least do some things. Coming off the screen right there, Pro 2 fade, knocks it down with confidence, and we got ourselves an 11-9 lead, and he's got 7 of our 11, man. He's been pretty good so far. Probably going to get shot over here. Good defense. Move laterally as best you can. Good, CJ. Stay in front. Contest. Move laterally on Ralph as best you can. All these dudes have Pro 2 and God tier SIGs, and Dr. J is probably the scariest of them all. So good defense. No, never mind. Said he tried. Honestly, Dr. J is really good, and that's just good SIGs by my opponent. Good movement, so I got to respect it. Crossover here, another Pro 2. That's a nice look. That could be green too. Back-to-back Pro 2 greens. Beautiful stuff. Really nice use of the pull-up right there. And we have ourselves a 14-11 lead. CJ McCollum with 10 points. Offensively, it's been solid. Defensively, it's been hit or miss, but there's been some good so far, and I fat-fingered my icons and almost gave up a wide-open 3. Thankfully, he misses, and we have ourselves a 3-point lead at the end of the first. Couple of missed shots by my opponent for sure, though, gave us the lead. I feel like there's a good chance. He definitely probably deserves to be leading if he could have made a couple more of his wide open looks in the first quarter. But a 14-11 lead and 10 points from CJ McCollum really isn't that bad. I jumped too early at LaMelo there, which is why I gave up that wide open shot. But he's been okay. He's gotten a couple of stops, and he's been pretty good offensively. And like I do believe cards like this, cards like 100 overall Russell Westbrook, cards like whoever else, I don't know, Gary Payton's invincible. They can compete a little bit. If you are good stick skill wise and can put them in the right positions to succeed defensively, they can at least like try, you know what I mean? They might not be perfect, and they very well may get scored on and have some bad possessions and some things like that, but they will at least have possessions where they compete defensively in most matchups. Now, if this dude had a all 7 foot or all 6'11" lineup, you know what I mean? He had Jokic at point guard and KD at shooting guard and Dirk at small forward. Like if you're playing against the most pay to win type squads, you're kind of screwed. But in most matchups, CJ can compete. Most games you play against, there's going to be somebody on the court that a guy like CJ McCollum or a guy like Russell Westbrook can at least try to come out and compete against. And if you're playing against an uber sweat, somebody who's really good at the game, or somebody's got an incredible team, then maybe you're going to be in a tough situation. But for the most part, he's going to be pretty competitive, and I feel like he's been pretty competitive this game, all things considered. So I'm not really mad about what I've seen from CJ, and I feel like my opponent's not a bad player either. So all things considered, can't really complain. That was not what I was trying to do there at all, but that is fine, and we get ourselves another opportunity here. Let's go run the floor here. CJ back to the dribble penetration if at all possible. Out to Pettit. We're going to use CJ as a pick and popper and just like go. I'm actually not sure what I'm doing, but it led to an open shot-ish. No, not really open. LaMelo's able to jump and contest. That's one of the other things that I'd say height matters a lot for. When it comes to contests and stuff, you're going to get more contests if you are using a taller defender. Or if you're contesting a shorter player, like in that situation. If he's taller, he's probably not getting contested by LaMelo the way that he just did. So again, you have to admit you're kind of putting yourself at a disadvantage if you want to use a card like CJ, at least when it comes to playing the game at an online, like sweaty level. So if that's something you're okay with and you want to use the card anyway, then more power to you. You have fun. Me personally, I will not be using him in my lineup, but I did have a decent amount of fun using him in this gameplay. 12 points, 1 steal, 5 of 8, 2 of 5 from 3. Not atrocious. He's okay. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.